It has been 4 years since Spider-Man's last video game outing, with the last being The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014, loosely based off of the movie of the same name. While receiving mixed reviews, the game didn't exactly perform to the expectation that most people were hoping for. Announced in 2016 as a PlayStation exclusive, Insomniac hoped to turn things around for our beloved webhead. Insomniac released Spider-Man Among the Masses on September 7, 2018. It featured a sandbox style reminiscent of Spider-Man 2, the game by Treyarch in 2004, and it also boasted an original story not based on any existing Marvel products. Does Insomniac have what it takes to deliver an amazingly spectacular experience? Here's my initial, spoiler-free impression after 4 hours of playtime.
Yes! Sorry, yes!
First off, let's dive right into gameplay. This thing plays amazingly well. Based on a modified version of the engine used to power Sunset Overdrive, the controls are tight, and within minutes you'll be effortlessly doing whatever a Spider-Man can. The first 4 hours has a variety of elements that teach you the ins and outs of what it takes to be a spider guy, and it doesn't feel overly tutorial-like. It will periodically have prompts telling you what does what, or how to do things, and will pause the action to ensure you follow along, but it feels organic. The system gives you a lot of options when it comes to navigating New York as well as combat. Speaking of combat, it's handled extremely well. If you're familiar with the Arkham games, you can tell Insomniac has been studying a bit of the Caped Crusaders moveset. Spider-Man's agility and powers are definitely on display, with a focus on making you feel awesome in a 10-to-1 scenario. Webbing thugs to walls, dodging gunfire, sliding between another thug's legs to whip a manhole cover at another feels natural once you get the hang of it. There are also a number of RPG elements that allow you to level up and get new skills to tailor to your specific crime fighting style. If you're more of the exploration and collection type, there are also a bunch of options for that. With backpacks to collect all around the city, as well as landmarks to take picture of, there are a ton of things to do. If you're more focused on travel, you can also level up the skill tree that focuses more on web slinging to help aid you. Who needs an Uber when you can swing around effortlessly? I know what you're all thinking. How does the game look though? I can honestly say, this game looks stunning. It was a point of contention when Puddlegate came out and the graphics weren't quite what they were shown previously at E3. From what I've played and seen, however, I don't really feel it is an issue. From the lighting effects to the detail, especially if you have a PlayStation Pro and TV that can handle it, this game is beautiful. I haven't really seen any oddities. However, I do note sometimes the animation feels a bit off.
I don't mind. In fact, I need your help.
A lot of that happens during the Peter Parker bits. It's not too bad, but it's definitely something I noticed.
Want a game, Pete? We play for peanuts.
No. Too rich for my blood. I'll leave you to it.
Sound design is also on point. Swinging through the city, you hear the hustle and bustle of the town, and it feels very much alive. People walk by and are in awe to see you, some requesting to take your picture or just want to say hi.
I got it! I got a picture! Spider-Man!
Excuse me!
There are also moments when you hear your number one detractor, J. Jonah Jameson's radio show.
What you probably didn't, but my sources confirm, is that the perpetrators were wearing masks. Horrible, demonic faces.
He has callers call in, some on your side, some in opposition, talking about your antics, and also mention what has happened in the story so far.
You're on with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I see your point, but Spider-Man stopped those guys today. Saying he's like them because he wears a mask isn't fair.
It's a nice touch, and it also reminded me a lot of the GTA series. One thing I also noticed was there are multiple voice tracks for Spider-Man when he receives phone calls. If you're on the phone as he is swinging through the town or exerting himself, you can tell in his voice he's doing so, versus when you're perched overlooking the city just relaxing.
Yeah, he was unusually combative. Anyway, thanks again for dinner. What do I owe you? Yeah, he was unusually combative. Anyway, thanks again for dinner. What do I owe you? Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask. Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask.
Insomniac did a really good job with the audio here. Overall, I think this game is a must-buy if you're a fan of superheroes or if you want a nice, exciting action game to play. Being only 4 hours in, I feel like I've had a chance to experience a lot from tackling the story to just swinging around town stopping random crime. Hopefully, it continues on this pace all the way to the end.
Coming through!
Looking good, Spidey!
Hello, New York! New suit, same old me.